What keeps the UC team up at night? If you're managing UC, one thing that's on your mind is call experience, right? For example, for contact centers, how many calls are getting through? Low queue waiting times, call transfers, transfers to the right agent wherever they may be, and of course, happy customers. But what about service availability? Are the customers or users able to dial in? Are the agents and users able to dial out? When the calls are transferred, are they accidentally dropped by the system? Or do calls drop mid-call? And what about voice quality? Can the customer hear your agents? Can your agents understand the customer clearly? The UC team needs to be able to troubleshoot these issues in their multi-vendor, multi-provider, and even hybrid implementation, and get the problem solved quickly. You need to avoid big war rooms where each stakeholder says lights are green, resulting in inefficient triage, finger pointing, and the blame game. There are lots of UC components that make up a working ecosystem, from different vendors, providers, components, and of course the network, different stakeholders in the service chain. The trouble is that each of these stakeholders have tools, but typically they are focused at monitoring specific devices, service, routers, switches, virtual appliances within their domain of scope. So they miss the big picture and have no insight into service quality to address some of the problems above. Other approaches are focused on checking configurations, a long, tedious process, because whilst configurations are standard, specials happen all the time, with possible errors creeping in. And of course, there's constant change as new requirements evolve and service uptake increases. The last resort has been to go to packet traces, but some of these events are difficult to replicate, and the resultant gigabytes of traces to be manually sifted through is not something that faint-hearted and are better left to the experts. So traditional approaches are hard, time-consuming, and often result in war room situations, finger-pointing, and problems left unsolved. That's simply not good enough. A new sort of visibility is required, and that's where NETSCOUT Smart Data come into play. NETSCOUT leverages packet data as it underpins every action of every service in your business: voice, video, signaling, web apps, and database, etc. NETSCOUT Smart Data uncovers performance across UC service in detail. Smart Data also reveals the voice-video quality of calls traversing that complex infrastructure. Metrics to help you understand why the call is degrading, telling you when and where, answering questions such as, is it the network, congestion, packet loss, jitter? Is it the QoS policy? Is it the WAN, SD-WAN, the SBCs, firewalls, and so on? Smart Data from NETSCOUT unravels how calls are set up, if there are setup issues and errors, call drops, and gives you detailed diagnostics of latency, errors, sessions to provide the evidence of this, pointing to which call manager, which SBC, which provider is the culprit.